Thanks for inviting me. Okay, good night, Professor. Thanks for inviting me. My name is Dr. Branilo Montufa. It's a pleasure and honor to be here. And tonight I'm going to explain about virus and the rest for lung cancer prevention and treatment. No? Okay, let's start. The introduction, tobacco smoking is the main risk factor for lung cancer. No? So this tobacco is associated with infections and the risk factors, you know, such as mycobacterial infection, previous pneumonia, and chlamydophila pneumoniae. No? And mention other risk factors, no, such asbestos, household use of biomass fuel, environment pollution, and genetic factors associated, you know, and chronic disease such as asthma, bronchitis, emphysema. You know? In the guide mentioned the recent reports suggest that viruses such as HPV, Epstein-Barr virus, and measles virus. No, so all these factors plays a role in the relation to lung cancer. No, okay. The text discusses various risk factors, no? Of lung cancer with tobacco. Tobacco smoking identified as the primary risk factors. No? Other factors include exposures to asbestos, household use of biomass fuel, and environmental pollution. So these type of factors, in additionally, infection risk factors like mycobacterial infections, previous pneumonia, and chlamydophila pneumonia increase the risk to development lung cancer. No, all these their factors, no, are factors for development lung cancer. No. Okay. Lung cancer in Europe. No, in 2020, estimated total of 3,018 approximately the new case of lung cancer, no, were diagnosed in 27 countries now of the European Union. So it is research that found lung cancer is the first cause of death due to cancer in men and second in women, no, both in Europe and worldwide. No? In men, there increase the risk of 64% and women 36%. No, and the other research what they found is the increase of the case diagnosed in 3 countries. No, the first Hungary with 101 case. In the second, Ireland with 91 case, and the third 83 case. And the other research is about the die. No? There are 3 people from these countries dies every year with the lung cancer. No? There are in Hungary, Poland, and Croatia. So this is the 3 countries with increased mortality, no? With lung cancer. No? Okay, the the viruses and their relationship with lung cancer. In the test mentioned with the database from the GlobalCan, GlobalCan was a group of investigation that has data from all around the world, a lot of information, and they was reported an estimate 2.2 million infections attributable cancer in 2018 worldwide. The infection attributable age standardized cancer incidence rate was 25 cases per 100,000 person years, and they found a relation with the virus with the lung cancer, and the HPV virus Epstein-Barr has a lot increase or high increase with this type of cancer, lung cancer. And HPV has previously been shown to be the 4 major cancer-associated viruses. Okay, about HPV, virus Epstein-Barr, virus the papilloma humano. There's 2 types, 16 and 18, and these types are responsible for 70% of HPV raised cancer. So in the investigation mentioned what the virus has a relation with lung cancer, not necessarily lung cancer, but there are type of cancer, like a carcinoma and others. So HPV was detected in 1,268 cases, and there's detected 2 type, 6% of the case, and HPV 18 in 3%, sorry. The prevalence of HPV was 70%, and 9% in adenocarcinoma. It's important to mention what this HPV oncoproteins and change tumor development by promoting cell cycle and inhibiting apoptosis. This another type virus, this frequently, particularly in the Asian population, is associated with a particular type of primary lung cancer, called pulmonary lymphoepithelioma-like carcinoma. So this virus undergoes 2 different stages to complete its life cycle. First, the latency cycle, expression of latent proteins, and the second, the lytic cycle, expression of lytic proteins. And current data suggests that Epstein-Barr virus latency might facilitate the progression from the chronic lung disease to lung cancer, and its previous cell alteration are required for precondition for establishing latent ABV infection. And HIV, people living with HIV have increased rates of developing lung cancer with respect to the general population. Factors such as dysregulated pulmonary immune environment, the development of chronic immune activation, chronic inflammation. The increased risk of lung cancer was strongly related to not recovering a CD4 count of less 5,000 cells. and the prevention of the treatment of oncogenic varieties in HBV infection. Stopping smoking, no, is the first treatment for the patient what the at the beginning of the cycle who has lung cancer. This rationale is also suitable for lung cancer prevention. Nasopharyngeal carcinoma is a good model to evaluate the effect of targeting ABV as an anti-cancer therapy. Currently, there are several phase clinical trials evaluating drugs that activate the lytic phase of ABV. In the conclusion, the role of viruses in lung cancer is development remains in unclear bodies supported by epidemiological data on infection in tumor cells. Although basic research studies have shown potential oncogenic mechanic of viruses in lung cancer cell lines, further research is needed. Tobacco smoking can contribute to trial oncogenesis by producing local immunosuppression and increased viral pathogenesis. And that's all, Professor. Thanks.